This is a video just to show people how easy it is to light your Cobb BBQ. A lot of people have said that they've had problems doing this. I don't find it a problem at all. You do need to have the right gear. So this method here was introduced to me by Emma Cracknell, and it's the method I use all of the time. So firstly, you need to have some really good fuel. You need to have a compressed heat bead or briquette. Normal barbecue briquettes don't normally work for this. I prefer to use Australian heat beads, but there are cobblestones which will quick light as well, which a lot of people prefer to use as they get hotter quicker. I prefer heat beads because you can vary the number you use, so you can actually increase or decrease the heat. I also use natural firelighters, not the white ones, the cardboard style ones. I usually use between 4 or 5 little blocks, and that normally does the job. So I pop the 4 firelighters in the bottom of the basket there, and then we've got the briquette basket. So what works for me is if you stack the briquettes on their end, and you can have more or less depending on what you need to cook. So yesterday I did a whole chicken. I used 12 briquettes for a roast joint. I know people use less or more of briquettes, but 12 is my preference. Today I'm just going to be cooking some bacon on a frying pan, so I'm only going to use a few briquettes, and the trick is to stack them up so that they catch light evenly. So the first thing to do is to light your firelighters, and I use one of these long handled lighters. So I'm just going to catch light to each of those blocks. Make sure that they are dry and they're not damp when you try to light them. Next thing I do is just put the basket straight on the top and leave it, and that is the trick. Leave it alone to go grey. Don't touch them, don't turn them upside down, just leave them alone and come back in 15 minutes and they should be grey. I'll come back slightly before then so you can just see when not to use the briquettes. It will smoke during this time quite a bit, but that should last about 5 minutes, and then it will die down on its own. So it's been going about 2 minutes now, and it is smoking and flaming. Don't put any cooking attachments or plates on at all until your coals are completely grey. So the briquettes have now had about 10 minutes, and as you can see the flames have died down, but you might think at this point that they've gone out, but if you can just see that the corners are catching white, and that's what we want to see. So at this point we need to wait. The briquettes aren't ready, but they are alight, and they just need to go grey before you can cook on them. So we'll leave it another 5 to 10 minutes before we have another look. So this is after about 15 minutes, so they're not quite ready, so I'm going to give them another 5 minutes or so before I put my cooking surfaces on the top. So these coals are now, in my opinion, ready to go. They're pretty much grey all over, nice and evenly. I've not touched them and I've not moved them, and they will be perfect for cooking my bacon on this morning. So now at this point I can actually put my frying pan on the top of this, or a grill pan, or whatever you might be using, and then you can cook away. Hope you found this a useful video to watch, and good luck, happy cobbing. Bye for now.